Welcome to 24/7 Flat Earth Discord channel. Be sure to go to VC Check and 1 to get your VC verification tags to get involved in the conversation about our Earth. Be sure to bring your verifiable Earth curvature evidence, though.
Enemy spotted.
thehunt3r123 and TiPzToPz.
So we all just chill here with muted mics.
Hello?
Yo.
I'm sorry. I don't have a right now, but this just crossed my mind, and I was just genuinely really curious. What do you guys think about meteors?
What do you think about meteors?
I don't know. I'm just asking about you. I'm not trying to make. I'm literally just asking.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate. I'm not. I wasn't starting an argument. I was just.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Best thing I can think of that there's lights moving in the sky with streaks, and people label those as meteors. That's as much as far as I can go on that. People believe that to be true, as far as they think about the idea of a meteor.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, rocks coming from space. I don't know.
For
First you gotta think of.
Gonna need space.
Yeah.
Gonna need space for that.
I've never personally seen this, so I guess that takes credibility out of that. But so I mean, I've seen like the regular meteors in the sky as they fly over or whatever. But
like something
for the ones
burning up
that-
in the sky. Yeah, like
yeah, for
kind of
the
meteor. Yeah.
yeah, those ones. For the kind that actually make it to the ground, what
Do we have any evidence of any of them hitting the ground?
in what was it, 2017, 2015 maybe? I don't know. In Russia fairly recently there was I think it was like, oh gosh, I'll have to find the details, but there was a meteor that exploded in the upper atmosphere, but it shattered into pieces, and a large chunk ended up making it all the way down and smashed into a frozen lake.
Are we sure? But so, okay, something exploded in the upper atmosphere and landed in a lake. So,
I mean, yeah, but it was like a rock.
how do
It
you
wasn't
know
like
that?
a plane.
How do we know it was a rock?
My understanding is that we were able to look into the lake, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just pulling this story out of my memory because
Yeah. When you say we,
not
does that
me,
mean?
not me personally, but
How do we know it wasn't just like a military plane dropping a rock out of its cargo space to then imply like there's spot from the sky?
I mean, I suppose it could have been a military plane, but normally if an object is traveling so fast that it'll explode, then the thing that was carrying it would probably also be experiencing similar heats, right?
Well, the thing is, like, you know, you just said so if something was traveling so fast, so how fast was it traveling, and where does the information come from that it was a rock? You know, like.
Oof. So my understanding is that asteroids can be traveling from anywhere from like 50. The same thing. Meteorites are just like asteroids that are entering the atmosphere. But my understanding is that they're anywhere between like 25,000 meters per second and higher.
Yeah, who's measured that?
I guess you would just assume based on the sort of orbital mechanics that there's sort of like a lower limit to the speed at which they're going to be impacting Earth. And then
Yeah,
you can also measure
test?
how much, based on how much energy
test
they
them?
release when they impact or in the upper atmosphere when they reach it.
How do you
fast
measure
it was
that?
going. Oh gosh, I actually have seen this equation before, but I don't know what it's called or anything. But there's it's not like a specific to like asteroids equation. It's just like a general equation on air compression, where some amount of energy is going to be transferred into heat based on speed.
Yep, and who measured the heat?
I mean, these are just like experiments. They're not like particular to asteroids. They're just based on like, you know, like air heating and stuff for like planes and stuff like that.
So they're equating energy coming from a meteorite to doing some tests in a lab?
Yeah.
Yeah? So how do you
Yeah.
get to the source to find out if that was the correct reading or not?
I mean, I suppose you'd have to observe it in real life.
Observe
The
it,
goal,
measure it?
I guess, with a lab experiment is just to isolate like which particular variable it might be causing the heating. So in the case of like an asteroid, it would be like isolating between air friction and air compression to determine which is affecting the heat more.
Yeah, but
And
you're
in the
not
case
telling
of,
me how they measured the compression of air from a meteorite.
I mean, you can do models, I guess, and I think that
Models?
is kind of.
How do you confirm that it's correct?
I don't know. You'd have to observe it in real life. I'm not here for a long conversation. I was just asking what you guys thought about meteors. I didn't come prepared with like anything. I'm just here to ask questions. Okay. Wait, did you leave?
Just on mute.
Or-
Never mind, sorry, never
I'll be back
mind.
in
But
2 minutes.
yeah, so I listened to it. It sounds like a lot of faith-based math and faith-based ideas. So I mean, it's a faith you want to try to, you want to believe it. You know, it's like you said, you need to witness it, right? Witness it,
Yep.
then prove your model. So otherwise, it's faith-based. But some physics or something.
I mean, I think theory can take us a pretty good ways, but I agree that theory is never like a substitute for actual practical applications. But theory can be pretty useful for like getting an understanding as to like, you know, what we're dealing with. Maybe have some ideas as to what the potential solutions might be.
Yeah. So theories could be of many different things, right? People can pick all sorts of theories, but
Yeah, I mean, like I think we've been pretty successful over time with sort of weeding out bad ones. Like Newton used to think that light traveled through a medium called the ether. And we figured out that that was not correct in the ultraviolet catastrophe, and we decided that it was something else.
Have we figured out the shape of the Earth yet?
It's a fantastic question. Personally, I think that we have, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about space rocks.
Well, yeah, but this isn't the space rock Discord. This is the flat Earth Discord.
True.
So you want to talk about flat Earth, or you want to talk about space rocks with a space rock Discord?
True. I mean, Earth is a space rock, so I guess we're kind of talking about. I guess we're kind of talking about rocks in space.
Well, so you said that Earth is a space rock. Can you show me some kind of validation that says that Earth is indeed a space rock?
Oh dear Lord. I'm sorry. I don't want to get into a long conversation. I mean, I can if you want. But I'm sorry. I don't know if I want to do such a long conversation.
It can be a short conversation.
All right. I'll set a 10-minute timer and we can do this. Okay. but I'm
I
just
can't set a 10-minute timer because
yeah,
I may get called away any moment, and I may only have 10 seconds.
gotcha.
So, if you don't have
I'll
any
set a
evidence
10.
that we're on a space rock, that's fine.
I'll set a 10-minute timer, and then that's like my, because I don't want to be here for. Okay. Okay. Let me think. Where do I start? I
Well,
guess
you could
you guys
start with why
obviously are
you
gonna
think we're
prefer
on a
things that
space
I've
rock.
seen in real life. But I don't have pictures. Hold on. And I don't expect you guys to just take what I say just on faith. Like, guys, you gotta believe me. I definitely saw this. So hold on.
You saw space rocks?
No, I didn't see space rocks. Well, I mean, I've seen like meteors coming down, but like obviously we would disagree on like what's going on in that scenario. So that's not like evidence of anything, you know.
Well, that's kind of a straw man issue, saying that we probably disagree because you have no idea what my beliefs are.
True. Well, then what is your belief?
I believe that if you think that we live on a space rock, I would like to see some kind of evidence of that. I'd be very interested in seeing that.
Okay. That wasn't the question.
Bruh.
I was just asking what you believed about the space rocks, like
You seem not to be able to answer
what?
Wave Mixer's question.
The original question of just what I'm trying to think.
How can I
I'm
talk
trying to think
about
which
space
I'm trying to
rocks
think.
if I have never witnessed space rocks?
Hell no!
That was what I was saying earlier. It was just like obviously
but the
we would
original
disagree on what it is.
claim. No, you went to another claim, which was Earth is a space rock, and Wave Mixer asked you, "How do you know that? Do you have any evidence that Earth is a space rock?"
Okay. Then I'll start at. Do you believe in space? Like, what would your
You
perception
can't
of?
answer a question with a question.
I'm just trying to get like a understanding of like where you guys are coming from, so
No,
that I know where to
we're
start.
just asking. We're asking you. Don't worry about what we think. We just
Okay.
Wave Mixer. You know, he quite nicely asked you, like,
So to
do
me,
you have any evidence of Earth being a space rock?
so to me, it seems like the Earth has a curve, and we can see this from if you ever go to like a big lake or the ocean or whatever, you can sort of see things going under that curve.
Well, that's interesting. You should mention that because I went to the ocean and I looked for that curve and I couldn't find it.
I don't know what oceans you're going to, but there's what's that famous lake in New Orleans?
Well,
I went to it. It's the it's like
Pontchartrain.
yeah, Pontchartrain. I've been to a Pontchartrain, and that's a very clear, super like obvious example of curvature. Obviously, we might disagree on what's going on in that
Does
image,
that
but like I'm just wondering what you
does
guys
that
would.
curvature distance ever change?
I mean, it should, according if we live on a round Earth, it should change somewhat because of
Should change.
atmospheric refraction.
So which one's curvature and which one's changed?
It's a combination of the two.
How do you know which one's the real one?
Because we can understand the radius of the Earth.
Well, then
Given
you got to
some
start with
amount
how
of
did they get the
distance.
radius of the Earth?
Well, I mean, the easiest way is to first find the circumference by
How do you do that?
circumnavigating or just measuring a certain distance and then adding it all up together.
Has anyone ever been around circumference of the Earth and measured it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I think we've
Can
had
you show us that?
plenty of people fly on planes, but you don't need to like travel the
Planes
whole
measuring
distance
devices?
you
Planes
don't
measuring
have to
devices?
travel the whole distance of the circumference just to measure it, right? You
All
can
right, we've
just
got to
like,
go
measure
back to
a
the
portion of
original.
it.
How did they measure the radius of the Earth? And then you can
Well, the
anything. If you
OG
can
way,
prove that they measured the radius of the Earth, then we can talk about other distances and stuff like that.
the OG way I think was the ancient Greeks using a stick in the sand in various locations.
So what did they measure?
Well, you can say that they were just measuring the distance from the sun, or they were measuring the distance to the center of the Earth.
Nope.
What?
What did they actually measure?
Well, I would argue that they were measuring the distance to the center of the Earth, but you could also use that same information if you're taking into account a local sun to measure the distance to the sun.
What was directly measured?
What was directly measured? Oh, as in you're just it was just the angle of the shadows.
You got it.
Yeah.
There you go.
What? But, I mean, you can still use that information to extrapolate something else.
What were you saying about
not to know a center of Earth?
Saying about a local sun then?
Yeah, I was saying that you could account for a local sun that way. But that sun would be about 30
and a flat surface
or so miles above. Yeah. Which is why I was saying
I don't know where you're coming up with these numbers. 30 miles? The sun 30 miles?
Wasn't it like...
Who said that?
Hold on, let me... No, I think I'm getting that from somewhere
Making
else.
a lot of claims, man. Can we stick to one subject?
Well, I'm just throwing stuff out. I'm trying to... I thought that was the number that I remembered. I don't know where I got that number from, though, but I was just...
I don't know where you got that number from either.
Hold on.
So you're saying they measured shadows, assumed the Earth was a ball, and assumed that the sun was unlimited distance from the Earth, creating...
I mean, I think it was a reasonable assumption to make with the...
And then you mentioned a local sun.
Yeah.
But what would be the difference with a local sun? So if it was a local sun and a flat surface, would you end up with the same angles on the shadows?
Well, yeah, yes, absolutely. But
yeah, okay. So that's not proof of a globe, then, is it?
Well, I wasn't using. I was just saying that was like how you would originally start. But then the typical way that I would frame it is that it's a combination of two pieces of evidence. The first one is that which could indicate either a local sun or a round Earth. But then the second piece of evidence is the boats going over the horizon. Those two pieces in tandem, I think that it was a reasonable assumption by the Greeks. Like
boats going over the horizon.
All
right.
Yeah.
So can things disappear from the bottom up on a flat surface?
They absolutely can, but you wouldn't expect it at the ranges that we would see at a globe.
All right. So what range should it start disappearing over the horizon?
It absolutely varies.
It varies.
So there's like a. Oh, hold on.
Why does it vary?
I just bit a bullet that I did not need to because I forgot how atmospheric refraction works. So technically, yeah, you're right actually. So on a flat Earth, you can get things sinking over the horizon just because of atmospheric refraction. But the atmospheric conditions that you would need for that to happen are exceedingly rare. You would need, for some reason, you'd need a warmer group of air on the bottom and then a colder group of air at the top. That just usually isn't common, especially over water.
You're looking horizontally. You're not looking up and down. Yeah?
Yeah, if you're looking horizontally, then you would expect the light rays would continue to refract.
Which way?
Well, ordinarily it would be down because there's denser air beneath. But if there was a reverse of that gradient, then it would bend up, causing things to look as though they were sinking beneath the horizon, even if the world was flat. But ordinarily,
what type
especially
of refraction are you talking about?
Atmospheric.
Atmospheric refraction? Is that Snell's law? Or?
I don't know what law it is.
But you're claiming that it's refraction, so you don't understand what refraction is?
I understand what refraction is.
What's refraction?
Just because I don't know the name of the law doesn't mean that I don't know what it is.
Can you describe refraction?
Yeah, sure. So in atmospheres, basically, light will move at various different speeds depending on the medium that it's passing through.
Do you need one or two mediums?
With the atmosphere, you actually have a gradient in which the light is passing through.
Is the gradient going vertically or horizontally?
the gradient is going horizontally or I don't, you know what I mean?
Gradient's
You know,
going-
I don't, however you're measuring the gradient, it's going from the ground up. Technically, you can have areas in which, like, if you have a region of low pressure moving into a region of high pressure, you can technically get a little bit of horizontal bending, but it's really, really slight because generally the
Bending.
pressure differentials are mostly seen from bottom to top.
Okay, so you're claiming refraction
my 10
causes
10-minute timer is up.
causes refraction causes boats
My
to go over the horizon at different
Okay.
lengths, but it also works on a flat surface, so therefore globe.
no. My 10-minute timer is up, so I'll wrap up and give my like final stuff, and then you can give your final stuff, and then we can be on our merry way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Make sure you come back. You've been
Yeah, I'm sorry.
polite
Yeah,
as
I'm
well,
sorry.
yeah.
I just don't have much time. I just really wanted to ask that question.
That's all right.
Oh yeah. To wrap up, basically, I would agree that technically, in certain scenarios, refraction could absolutely work on a flat Earth, but it seems like the cases in which light is actually bending itself up is just very, very uncommon. That like it happens. It absolutely does happen. In which a new fresh swell of hot air pushes down beneath the colder air. But most commonly, especially over water, you usually have a gradient of cooler air sitting below and then warmer air as you climb higher, and that causes a refraction that bends light downwards, which
Okay,
on a
so
globe Earth
mine,
yeah,
and then
anyway,
mine would be that. So in order to measure refraction, you would need a curved surface to start with in the first place. So to actually explain how it's bending around a curved surface. Now, if you don't have a curved surface, then you can't work out how much refraction there is. Correct?
Okay. All right. Well, it was a good talk. I'll see you.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. Well, come back.
Okay.
Would have been nice to go into refraction a bit deeper. There you go. There's a globe because of refraction. Have never measured a curved surface that it's supposed to be refracting over. So how do you get refraction over a curved surface when you haven't measured the surface that it's going and curving over?
And then the distance of which the refraction begins, and well, where does it start refracting?
Yeah, well, the problem is that refraction is explained by two mediums. So if you want to claim refraction, then you need two separate mediums. Air and air are not two separate mediums. Unless they want to come up with a different term, then they can't really use the word through air and air, same medium.
Through that?
Meteorites in the sky. Now you
Space.
can measure the energy
Space
that comes out
frogs.
of them. I don't know how you do that.
We
Some
got
wild fantasies that they I don't know, I don't think they learn that stuff at school though. That's like
not
extra.
NASA programming.
Yeah, it's like extracurricular activities on YouTube, I think.
Yeah. And he was asking about what do you believe space? Oh, God.
It's not our claim.
It's like, when does space become inner and outer?
Yeah. I don't think we've spoken before, TiPzToPz. Welcome to the server. You've been here, wow, June 13, 2021.
Yeah, I didn't participate much.
All good. Is this a new account or? Oh no, it can't be. Yeah. What am I talking about? So you're obviously a flat earther.
Well, yeah, plane. It's like a plane, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Level
We
plane.
live on a flat surface. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's level.
And then visually, it's like a plane. I mean, there's a reason why they call it sea level.
Sure is. On their ball, the Earth is 71% water. Water lays flat and level. So 71% of their globe is flat and level. Must curve quite sharply. I wish that guy could have stuck around a bit longer.
He was very confident in his religion.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing. They're confident in this refraction thing, but they can't explain it or know what it's. You know, they just go, okay, well, refraction. Yeah, you've got density gradients. Okay, is the light traveling through vertically or horizontally? If it's traveling through horizontally, then there goes your density gradient because it's the same density, isn't it? Horizontally. So density gradient wouldn't come into play because you're taking these long distance photographs from a horizontal plane.
Yeah, it's true.
Weird. What they say is that because it's a gradient, as the bottom of the light rays, I don't even know if light's a ray, but the because it's denser on the bottom of the light ray, it pulls the bottom of the light ray down. But wouldn't that increase the height of the thing that you're looking at? Because it would spread the light rays out like a torch. So you wouldn't end up with a defined picture, would you? It would just be like a blur.
Yeah.
Wow. Because there'd be no definition in it. I don't know.
Yeah, the global is quite an accomplishment.
And now they don't even need to defend it. They got the public just defending it when they don't even understand it. No, Earth's a globe because it's a globe. We had a guy come in the other day who said, Well, how would orbits work if the Earth was flat? Come on, mate. Jump into orbits. Big jump. How would the Earth orbit if it was flat? It would be sunny. The sun would be out 24 hours a day.
And I see common things that are like globe earthers will just like, oh, this is what flat earthers believe.
Yeah.
They'll make up these stupid concepts.
Yeah, I love the one when they show the like an eclipse and they put a line through the moon, like a like a cigar across the moon. They go, this is what it would look like if the Earth were flat during eclipses. Or the disc in space. I love that one.
Yeah, I see it all the time with the water going over the edge and
Yeah.
dinosaurs or hitting it and then flipping the dinosaurs off the. That's a funny one too. But it's
Now, how long?
difficult because what?
No, I was going to say, yeah, go ahead.
It's difficult. Like it's not even so much trying to like share information about flat Earth. First, you have to break apart their ball bullshit.
Yeah,
Their
that's
ball
what you got to
worshipping.
start with. Yeah.
If you even mention the word flat Earth, it's like the program runs in their mind, and it's like they
Well,
instantly.
they automatically stop listening.
Yeah, like a glaze goes over their brain and their eyes
Yeah.
and their
Oh, here we
consciousness.
go. Look, it's fucking tinfoil hat time.
All
And
right.
what's
I'm back
kind of
now. Do we have space rocks?
No, he's gone. He set his 10-minute timer and he was off, mate.
Well, I was on a call for at least 10 minutes, so I missed all the fun.
Yeah. He went into refraction wave mixer. Boats going over the horizon too. Said boats go over the horizon.
I
oh
heard
yeah,
that.
he's
He was
going into
kind
all
of
that.
he was bouncing
How do
around
people
when he said
find this
space rocks.
Discord and not know that stuff? I don't understand.
No, but I was really looking forward to finding out about space rocks. It seemed like the guy really knew all about it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
excited
it
too.
was a pity. It was a pity you got a phone call. It's gonna leave you to it, mate.
And I got another one ringing right now.
Oh. Yeah, how do people find this Discord? I think a lot of them that come in here are gamers. They just come across the server. They go,
Oh,
flat earthers. Let's go in there. And they think
that's
it's a joke.
that's totally hilarious. That makes complete sense. And that kid did sound like one of the gamer as a gamer
Yeah.
himself. He did get off that vibe. It was quite nice and
All you
polite.
young guys sound like gamers to me.
There you go. Oh,
I was thinking anyone under the age of 30 is a gamer.
basically. It should be like it's quite a feat, quite an accomplishment when you break out of the globe fly that's been like surrounded at every turn, at every fucking. Oh fuck! It's unbelievable.
Everything just opened up to me when I realised we don't live on a spinning ball in outer space. I just went, oh my god, this is all new. Like I'm discovering life in a new, you know, in a new sense. Like it's, you know, with open eyes.
Oh, absolutely! It makes me want to travel now. Like
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm like, geez, I need to go explore now that everything I've been told was an absolute fucking lie in the beginning.
And you go, oh, the world is not going to end by a meteorite coming down and hitting us and destroying the Earth. Woof. Now I can relax.
Yeah, a guy sitting up in his throne above the firmament sounds more believable. More worried about that now.
Yeah, now you got to live every day like you got someone watching. Yeah, better.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about the decisions you make. Ooh, should I be doing this? Probably not. Okay. But if I'm thinking that I probably shouldn't do this, then maybe I shouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's like a part of some sort of atheist agenda, like some sick atheist agenda.
Get rid of God and replace it with what they call science.
What they call infinite expanding space.
Yeah. They just
But
replace
what
the
is
creation
space
story with a
expanding
Big
in?
Bang. What's it
You know?
expanding into?
Yeah, how is
How
it
do they know it's
expanding?
expanding?
What's the medium it's expanding against? Like, what's it pushing against?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not space. That's not. That's just not. That's nothing.
It's nothing. It's just expanding into nothing. Okay.
So then, what's nothing? Is nothing space? Oh no, that's not space. Like, oh
Your space is nothing inside the nothing.
yeah, exactly. There's not some flaws right there. Not some red flags. Right?
Oh, but it's expanding faster than the speed of light. But we can still see it expanding. How the fuck are you seeing that?
Well, because I guess general relativity was like a way to break logic into anything could be relative, so they could prove whatever idea they wanted to prove to the masses. So, like, we got this genius Einstein guy. We're gonna use his mathematic gumbo jumbo wumbo to prove all our. It's just, it's just difficult, you know.
And then they defend that gravity, and they don't even know. You know, like and then you play them a clip of Neil deGrasse Tyson saying, "What is gravity? We don't know." But then these kids come in here, or you know, well, adult kids as well, come in here trying to explain gravity, but the people who are supposed to know what gravity is say that they don't know what gravity is.
Exactly.
So what are they explaining? Well, they're explaining mass attracting mass, Newtonian, and then saying, well, they're interchangeable.
I remember saying,
Not.
like, okay, I remember actually saying great things, like how they talk about satellites orbiting Earth, right? And I'm like, well, how do they remain in orbit? And how do, oh, well, they are constantly being pulled by gravity closer to the Earth. And they got to use their whatever little propulsion systems they have to keep their little space distance from colliding into the Earth. I'm like, okay, how does the moon stay in orbit? Is it got little propulsion systems on it, keeping it at a specific orbiting speed?
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh no answer. No answer. You know what I mean? Oh, there's gravity, and it's got its own gravitational pull. So wouldn't they be pulling even? And then don't with like, so gravity pulls and attracts, like it repels. It's like a magnet. And it just flip flops between which one it wants to do, you know, based on the flavor of the day.
All right. Nice to talk to you, mate. I've got to mute up and get into work.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I'm dipping actually in a minute here as well. So
I'll see you next time.
yeah, take it easy. Bye bye.
What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.